Hi everybody. This is going to be a short video for the online version of 429, and we're talking about topic number 3, the IEP process and product, and specifically I'm going to take you through the external links that relate to the topics as I've been doing for past topics. So one of the external links, which is stipulated under the course document called Course Topics, Readings, Links, and Due Dates, one of them, the first one for topic number 3, is external link 10. And external link 10 is a single sheet that comes from a program, and the reference is on the bottom of it. And it actually was downloaded. It's about writing measurable goals and objectives, and it specifies areas such as learner performance, quality, criteria, and conditions that are the areas that we really need to specify when we write annual goals and short-term objectives. And there's all possible terminology that you can use. There are different criteria for measurement that look at things like frequency and duration and accuracy and speed, and then there are conditions that specify locations or different types of variables, clinical variables. So that's link number 10. Link number 11 is a download from an article that comes from the ASHA Leader, and it was from 2012. And it's called Core Commitment. And it's the first of numerous articles about core commitment that I have for you as external links on this topic. And this first one is really written by a lot of people who literally wrote the book about core standards. So it's kind of an introductory article, which is why it's one of the first ones that's on there. And it talks about the law. It talks about our role when working as SLPs for students with disabilities in the schools, and it provides a set of the critical roles that we're involved in, and some examples of instructional activities that we get involved with, specifically related as examples to certain grades, specific grades. And then it gives you a little history about where Common Core Standards, state standards, or CCSS really come from. And there's a list of nice references there as well. The next link, which is link number 12, is also an article from ASHA, our National Association. It's from one of their special interest groups, the one related to school-based services or practices. And it's an article called Unpacking the Standards for Intervention. And you just need to go through it. You don't need to read these articles word for word, but again, it talks about how to create standard-based IEPs, and it goes through steps. For example, reviewing the content standards for the grade, reviewing the child's IEP, going through classroom materials, collaborating with teachers, etc. And then it talks about an application, and the application is really the example of how standards have been written and how they relate to classroom activities. And there are 3 examples, and there's a very concise conclusion about why it is so important for us to be involved with this. So that is link number 12. Link number 13 is another article that comes from the issue of perspectives. It's called From Common Core Standards to Standards-Based IEPs. And it's written by Judy Rudebush, and she is someone who actually does a lot of training. She travels all over the country and trains school-based practitioners. So she's one of the people whose names you're going to see a lot. And it's basically, again, another introduction about standards, how they relate to IEPs, and there are some very nice charts that take you through, for example, literacy and different grade levels. And what's really nice about this article is that she takes you through the 7 steps that she considers necessary to develop standards-based IEPs. So I think that this is a really nice article for you to go through as well. And that's link number 13. The next external link is link number 17. And that actually comes from, let me see if I can just move this over a little bit here. Okay. That comes from an article from the ASHA Leader, and it's called Integrating the Core. And a lot of the same authors are the same people that authored another one of the articles. So this is a little less, this tends to be a little less scientific and a little less database because it's in the ASHA Leader, which is more of a newsletter publication. So it's pretty cut and dry. Again, it talks about what the standards are and your role and some critical areas that you're going to be working with classroom teachers about, and how to link your intervention goals to the standards. And then it gives you some areas of guidance. So that is link number 17. Link number 30 is really a continuation of that. It talks about some key issues related to Common Core standards. And again, some of this area is a repetition, so I think it's good because you'll be reading the same thing in different forms. It helps with our understanding and retention. The next link, number 33, is another article from this same issue of the Perspectives, the Special Interest Group for School-Based Professionals. And it's talking about using Common Core state standards to guide therapy in the schools, and how it's really about accepting the culture of how people think about the standards. So one of the points that the article makes really well is it discusses how the English Language Arts, or ELA, standards for students have really shifted in the past few years, and why it's so much easier, in a sense, for us to integrate standards and our therapy approaches with the standards. And then it talks about reading, writing, listening, and speaking, and how effective that work is for our students in general, and why that's part of one of our accepted roles as SLP. There are different areas of concern that the article raises, and how to work around those areas of concern. And let's see, that was link number 33. Link number 39 is simply a link to the Core Standards website, which is a fabulous thing for you to know about, because that's really where you can get information about what the specific state standards are for the different grades and in the different curriculum areas. And then the last link is the last article in the series using, actually, I think that I've already talked about this. So link number 40. I think that one I have already gone through. So anyway, there you have it. It's a whole bunch of articles, that many of which talk about the same type of information, but it will really help you understand your role in working on the CCSS, Common Core State Standards, and how to integrate it with your work as an SLP in the schools. Thank you.